On Tuesday night, Somalia's President Mohammed Farmaajo gave a speech that was aired on Somali National TV, in which he called on all parties to the September 17, 2020 agreement to return to the negotiating table for urgent talks on the unconditional implementation of the agreement. He announced that he will deliver remarks before Parliament this Saturday, in which he will ask them to restore the September agreement to set up indirect elections as soon as possible and thus revoke the 2-year term extension for the federal government that the lower house passed on April 12th. This move came following statements from several key allies of Farmaajo denouncing the term extension, including the presidents of Hirshabelle, Galmudug, and Southwest federal states, as well as the Prime Minister Mohammed. International partners also called for the reopening of talks and the implementation of the September 17 agreement following clashes that broke out in Mogadishu over the weekend between government troops and forces of the Somali National Army who defected to the opposition. In his speech, Farmaajo essentially denounced the violence by calling on all parties to, quote, refrain from any and all actions that could jeopardize stability in our country, including the politicization of the security forces, creation of social divisions, and the destruction of public property, unquote. He also alluded to opposition figures and foreign interests being responsible for the crisis. Quote, as we have repeatedly stated, we have always been ready to implement timely and peaceful elections in the country, but unfortunately our efforts were hampered by individuals and foreign entities whose aim has been none other than to destabilize the country and return the era of division and destruction through a constitutional vacuum, unquote. What happens next is a toss-up. Some speculate that the opposition will reject this as they view Farmaajo as the main obstacle to resolving the issue. Others speculate that they'll have no choice but to accept this, as they've already called for the implementation of the September agreement and would bear the brunt of the blame if talks fell through again, seemingly implying that this may have been part of Farmaajo's plan all along. After all, it was reported that Prime Minister Robele met with Farmaajo before putting out his statement condemning the extension and calling for talks in the September agreement. According to these perspectives, Farmaajo is either trying to buy more time to pull another trick from his sleeve, or he's a political mastermind who played a dangerous game that may have ultimately paid off. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you.